At the beginning of the 20th century, amidst multiple botched hangings and calls to end the death penalty, Thomas Edison and the Westinghouse Company attempted to prove electrocution a more safe and humane method by killing animals with it. The largest casualty was an elephant named Topsy, convicted to fry in the center of a shining new amusement park. 1,500 people paid a quarter each to watch her topple like an old gray skyscraper, watch her flinch and shiver, throw her trunk in the air and surrender, and then disappear behind a rising curtain of smoke. Soon, the method was tested on humans. Even though the first few ran into some issues, spines exploding like Roman candles, boiling eyeball fluid, causing pupils to Vesuvius, luckily, we fixed it quickly enough for George Steiny. The youngest person ever electrocuted at 14, his frame was too short to reach the electrodes, so we strapped him on a stack of Bibles, threw the switch in righteous justice, but when the adult size blindfold, meant to keep proper distance between guilt and innocence, slipped away, it revealed his sobbing, terrified, final face too. No audience at all. The gallows were always a stage. Consider the rigging and the trapdoors, the way we lined the cast up for curtain call and made them dance the marionette jitterbug, the oxygen deprivation shake, the guillotine. Similarly theatrical included vendors, printed programs, and folks camping out close enough to see the eyes keep blinking while severed necks drool juice like rotten fruit. Those drawn and quartered would have their still warm corpses disemboweled, hacked and forced, and dragged behind horses, paraded through crowded shouting streets, and in Roman arenas, lions trained to rip Christ right out of your throat, left the Circus Maximus packed to capacity with law-abiding, tax-paying citizens. See, for most of human history, if your crime was worth the price of admission, we made certain that tax-funded justice was a spectacle worth witnessing, the assumption being that death only serves as an effective lesson if the whole class is present and invested. And then came Topsy. Not 13 days after her spark had left her, the grotesque specter of Edison's electric elephant haunted boardwalks across the country. For a nickel and a crank of the kinetoscope, you could peep show her death dance to your heart's content, but the problem is, those early issues with electrocution never actually went away. And the same current that fell the elephant now ran cameras ensuring anything sufficiently shocking could be viewed in perpetuity, potentially used as fuel for the anti-death penalty movement. But those in favor swore we could find a way that wasn't so cruel and unusual. It's just a matter of proper execution. The solution! Turn it into a magic trick. Lock them in a box long enough that no one's paying attention by the time they vanish. The secret, as always, an audience willing to be deceived. Because you don't want to see that the price is 10 times higher than a life spent in prison, that 1 in 25 after they've died is proven innocent, that statistically it no longer works as a crime deterrent, because the real trick is that if you don't see the bodies, you don't have to feel empathy for people like Emmett Foster, who gasps and convulses when he should be asleep. 30 minutes later, they realized the straps on the gurney had been too tight, so the chemical concoction couldn't kill him quite right. Robin Parks turns out to be allergic to the same medicine meant to make death quick and painless. The state races to make sure their drugs kill him before the reaction does. Clayton Lockett, after his IV dislodges, jolts awake, attempts to scream, but paralyzed lungs keep him from breathing, so he writhes in agony, awake and aware every minute until the end, and this is the entertainment that you're paying for. So insert your quarter, crank the handle, but if what you see turns your stomach, you still gotta keep your eyes open. Don't you want to get your money's worth? Or is this balancing act we call justice only beautiful to you when you can do it blindfolded? When you don't have to address the elephant in the room? When we don't have to be a country struggling with the magic of spinning murder into mercy? Either watch everyone or end the death penalty, because the only reason to put on such a grand show in secret is knowing that if an audience could see it, they'd pull the plug. Yikes.